Hey y'all, welcome back to the NTX Varsity Sports Network. My name's Bud Riley. Today we're here at All Saints Episcopal School, going to interview head football coach Aaron Beck and see what he has to say about the 2025 season. All right, Coach, how's the summer been? We're getting close to it.
You know, it's been a really busy summer, and it always is, just trying to get ready for the next year. Our off season was great. Spring football was really, really good, and have a good group coming back. We lost a coach. Our offense coordinator, quarterback coach Trenton Wesson, is now the head football coach at TMI down in San Antonio. Real excited for him. And then Luke Anthony, who I introduced you to, is sliding into his spot. The fun thing for me at this point in the game, a good portion of our coaching staff I had the privilege to coach when they were in high school. Coach Wesson, who's now at TMI, did, and Luke is back. So the circle of life, you know, all roads lead back to All Saints, it seems. So
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, all roads lead back to All Saints. You guys, your motto, protect the family. What does that mean to you, and how is this year's team taking on that motto?
So protect the family for me, when I came in 2007, seems like a day ago, but it's been this fall will be year 19. You know, when a new coach is coming in, the Booster Club president always, hey, we got to make a T-shirt, Coach. What's the battle cry going to be? And I spent some time trying to figure that out. All Saints, you know, what impressed me about the school when I came over to interview with the board and the head of school at that time, Dr. Tad Bird, was very family-oriented. And so that's where it started. For the first couple of years, it just lived on the back of a football T-shirt, and then it became the battle cry for the school. It's really kind of like the school motto now, or mascot, I guess. Protect the family. And, man, I don't know about you. Family is messy, and it's not perfect, and we aren't either. But at the end of the day, you know, we're kind of what we have. So my head football coach in high school, Tim Edwards, stayed in touch with me after I graduated. So I think those of us that get into this coach more how we were coached in high school than college, and you know, we're relational. And my defense coordinator, Brian Edmondson, has been in my life since he was 12, and I think he's about to be 50. So, you know, we've got a lot of synergy. Our staff is family oriented. The school is, you know, just in a you know, Dr. Bird had been here 25 years. He just retired, and Wally Warden, who's also been here 22, I think, is our new head of school. So, you know, we just keep going and protect not just the family, but now the traditions that we started.
Yes, sir. So you've got, it looks like a large group of returners. How many do you think you have on both sides of the ball?
You know, we're very blessed and very fortunate that normally we're about 6 and 6. We typically graduate half of our team, but, you know, the other half coming in or coming back. You know, we had a really good year last year, and the group of starters that are back, they know what winning looks like. And the guys that over the offseason that are stepping up, and we're really excited. Gavin Beard, who had been here, came back. You know, Gavin started for Alito last year, and he'll be our guy this year. And then, you know, the crew around him, he's inherited a good group.
So you're talking about Gavin Beard. He's stepping into your other Gavin's role.
Gavin 2.0.
Gavin Parkhurst.
Yes.
Parkhurst compiled over 4,000 all-purpose yards last year. And I know Gavin Beard he's a reputable quarterback as he's had time in Alito. But how do you feel about him stepping into that role, not just as a player on the field, but as a leader?
You know, both Gavin Parkhurst came in, and it's as if Gavin Parkhurst had been here since kindergarten. Mm-hmm. He meshed well with the kids. Gavin Beard, having been here, all of his best friends are already our rising senior class anyway. So I don't think we're going to miss a beat. They're two different skill sets. Both are really, really good. Both guys are going to have, in my opinion, great college careers. And we're excited to have Gavin back.
Do you have any other young skill players on the offensive side of the ball that you're looking to step up?
Well, Hudson Reeser, who's been a guy for us since his sophomore year, and he's committed to Colgate. You know, will lead that receiving group. made up of Keelan Lemon and Gabe Starling and a couple other kids that are really, really dynamic. Hatton French had a great offseason. So those 4 guys on that side of the ball give him unbelievable targets. That whole group will go play in college somewhere. O-line wise, we're in good shape. Barrett Bray's returning, and Barrett started for us last year as a sophomore, and Barrett's dad played at TCU. So for us to have a sophomore that has 14 games under his belt is really exciting. And so O-line wise, we're in good shape. D-line wise, we lost a kid to TCU, Blake Robinette. We lost a defensive rush end to K-State, Dalton Knapp. Lost an inside linebacker to West Point. So our defensive box last year was really, really good. Mm-hmm. But coming in, our next linebacker up also committed to West Point. So we seem to be a linebacker pipeline for West Point right now, which is exciting. So, when you look at us on paper, we don't necessarily have a weak link on either side of the ball. We might not have the same depth in big bodies that we had last year, but I've got some young freshmen that might have a chance halfway through or so to crack the code. So we're excited about that too.
So you got a bunch of guys that were younger last year, but they still contributed on the defensive side. Keon Adkins, Brian Powers. How are those guys stepping up to form an identity on that defensive side?
So Keon's the linebacker that I mentioned that's committed to West Point. Ryan Powers started for us last year at safety and outgrew it physically, the position. So Ryan will slide into where Dalton Knapp played last year, and so we think Ryan is that kind of talent too.
I mean, Dalton racked up 15 sacks last year.
Holy cow, really, really good. And Dalton came in as a junior, and so having Ryan step into that spot as a junior, we think we're going to have 2 really, really good years from him there as well.
Shifting the topic a little bit, you guys have an incredible opportunity. You're going just up north of Portland to Vancouver, Washington, to go play Evergreen. What does that mean to you guys, the program, the community, to be able to travel out there and play a game?
So we started doing that a little over a decade ago, maybe a little bit longer now, but we try to go East Coast or West Coast every other year, every third year, and we make a college visit out of it. So we'll fly in and visit University of Washington, Washington State, University of Puget Sound, Lewis and Clark, schools that kids hear about but may not ever have a chance to visit or see. Our last trip, we flew into D.C., visited Naval Academy, Georgetown, Princeton, Villanova, Penn. And because we do that, and what we tell colleges is, hey, if you'll come see us, we'll come see you. So if you're gonna recruit us, we're gonna make sure that our kids know what your school looks like too. Mm-hmm. So we'll fly out on a Wednesday and visit 7 or 8 universities, play a game Friday night, come home and get ready for district. It's the last non-conference game. We have a bye week the week after we make the trip. So it's always it's not only educational, but it's great networking.
So successful programs, you get opportunities that some other programs don't get. You get to take your boys out there. What are some of the struggles with having a year like last year, and you've got to keep the guys focused on the goal? What's been a big struggle with that?
You know what? I think because we've been here so long, and when I look at programs in DFW that just pop into your head that every single year are going to be competitive, South Lake, Highland Park, Aledo, and on the independent school side now it's All Saints, Prestonwood, Parrish. With Jason Winton over the last few years, Liberty Argyle has kind of slid into that space where it just becomes an expectation, right? And our kids know, hey, the group coming back, they haven't done anything yet, right? So that's all. Don't misunderstand me. It's a blast and it's fun, but when we come back in January, we do celebrate when the rings come in, right? But after that, it's just back to work. And so everyone knows, and our culture is the expectations are high, And I love the way our kids and our coaches respond to that. This is cliche to say too. It's almost you you never get tired of winning, and winning you never gets sold, but you hate losing. And really, that is that's the outcome of those kind of seasons. I think with everybody, that the focus, we don't come in saying, "Hey, let's win a state championship." I don't think that's realistic year in and year out. But you have developed in the community that, oh man, that's kind of the expectation. So I wouldn't want to be anywhere where it wasn't that way.
So the expectation, you know where it is. What are some shorter term goals that you set for the team to make sure that y'all can keep performing at that level?
You divide the season up really because it's long. When you start August 1st and play until December, and you really have 3 seasons. You got your non-conference time to work through things and hopefully cultivate and develop some kids. You've got your district, which of course we want to win that. And then really, we do talk about this too. We want to spend Thanksgiving together, because if we're together on Thanksgiving, that means we got a chance to be in that final game. And, a few years back, I wore a Thanksgiving sweater to the first day of practice. I almost died. It was way too hot, so I'm not doing that anymore. But that's a goal. But a big goal, this is a college prep school. And some folks on the outside may not believe it. The inside kids will vouch for it, that academics here are number one. And through the football program over the years, and now in the athletic department, not just the football program, our girls soccer team won state last year. Our girls volleyball team won state. We had 5 district championships, a whole lot of individual state qualifiers. So it's use your athleticism to leverage an education, a really good education, because the academic component along with the faith-based component really is the true attraction. Gary Patterson said this a long time ago about TCU, and I agree with it here. Kind of the same thing. It's the athletic program is the front porch to the school, but the really good stuff, faculty, teachers, families, administrators, is on the inside once you get in.
I love a Gary Patterson shout out. So you have to have a different level of intelligence to be an athlete that plays both sides of the ball. You're talking about that mindset too. So how do you've got a bunch of guys playing on both sides of the ball. How do you feel about putting guys out there?
We really don't. So we're a platoon bunch. Mm-hmm. So our guys, especially our O-line is our O-line, and our defensive box is our defensive box. Those guys don't interchange. Mm-hmm. The kids that might, like if we've got a DB that's committed to go play in college, we might let that guy run a few routes if he wants to, or our skill guys on both sides of the ball are punt returners, kick returners, and those kind of things. But for us, I'm married to that some years ago, and it has really served us well, and our numbers have gone up. So really our philosophy is we're going to start 22 people on Thursday night in the JV game, and we're going to start 22 people on Friday night. So the way we're able to practice at our level, we're probably the only school that does that. And our number, if everybody out there listening would just do it, if you're a coach, rip the Band-Aid off, your numbers will go up because kids know they're going to get to play. Mm-hmm. And so we're also structured like a college. So if I hired you to coach my O-line, then you have the O-line 9 through 12. We don't, when you come watch us practice, it's no different than watching TCU. There's not a JV group of coaches on one side, a varsity group of coaches on the other. My coaches that are my position group coaches coach those guys 9 through 12, so I know everybody's getting developed. That varsity position coach knows his group coming up, and so that has served us well and helped grow our numbers also. We normally don't. We've got 27 seniors this year. That's a large number for us. Our senior group, we're normally about we'll graduate somewhere between 17 and 20 normally. Mm-hmm. We've typically got 79 to 85 boys here that play football. And for me personally, that's big enough. I mean, I can get my arms around, and those kids get coached. So when we go play a JV game against a public school, everybody's like, oh my God, we're going to get killed. But our kids get so many reps, and then you go play a public school that's got 10 guys at each position. And public school, this is no knock at all. Those kids want to get to play too. So it's the student-teacher ratio here in the classroom is impressive, and that's no different than the coach-player ratio, down in the locker room as well.
So last year, we saw dominance on the field from you guys. Y'all doubled the national average in total all-purpose yards on offense. The defense was lights out. What do you need to see by the time that non-district games are over to feel confident in this team going forward?
You know what? Whether we win or lose in the non-conference games, just every week get better. I mean, last year when we opened up with Parrish and Prestonwood, two of the more dominant teams at the 6A level above us, and we got through both of those games, and they were down to the wire. Both of them were, but we could have lost both of those games as well. But you don't want to lose. You're playing the game to win. But as long as you see everybody's getting better in the early part of the season, and I'm talking as a guy who's been doing this for a long time now. Younger me was not this way, playing to win every single game like it was the end of it, when really people only remember the last game that you play. And so trying to build toward that, maintain the integrity of developing kids and letting kids make mistakes in the non-conference game and not yanking them out too quick and because the only there's no club football to go play after football season is over, like every other sport. So the only place that they can win or have a chance to compete and develop is in the game. So we want them to get to play early on. Now hit district, especially postseason. Sorry. Now, hey, best 11. I don't care who you are. We're gonna have you on the field. To have that chance. But cultivating in the early part of the season, we're lucky that we're in a 6-team district, so we got 5 non-conference games, 5 district games, and I really like the way that lays out.
So I really appreciate you sitting down with us. I want to give you some time if there's anything you want to say to the community, anyone listening from All Saints.
Yeah, it's just another season, and not just in football, but our volleyball team, is defending their title last year too, and we play a sport here that not very many people are familiar with, because I think only less than 20 schools in the state of Texas play at field hockey, and our field hockey program was state runners-up last year too. So it was so much fun last year, and we think this year is not going to be any different. That all of our teams are poised to have good seasons, and for everybody out there listening, all the All Saints families, come and watch come watch all of it. You're right, not just Friday night, but volleyball, field hockey, and then segueing into the winter seasons as well. So appreciate you guys coming out, and shout out to Kevin Longquest who hits me up 20 times a week, and I hope he keeps doing it. So he does great work out there.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you as well.
Big thanks to head coach Aaron Beck here at All Saints Episcopal School. Really excited to see what they do with this upcoming season. And for next time, my name's Bud Riley with the NTX Varsity Sports Network.